Everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 4, Episode 112 with me, Sid, and I'm in a very dangerous place, so I'm going to change out of this view quickly. It's not actually that dangerous, it's just that just over there is a rather large lava fall and hot water spring, and then there's a water spring and more lava over there. There's much lava over here. That, I think, is another Thorncraft dungeon, and we are here. We've just come into some of the extreme areas where we've explored previously, and I'm going to, I think from here, I'm just going to try and uncover a bit of this bit where we've got the sheep's reference, mainly because I've not done it, and mainly because I want to. However, I have made some tweaks. Let me just check where I'm pointing and that I'm going the right way. I don't want to go kind of that way to start off with, don't I? Yeah, so I am conscious that in all my travels so far in this world, I have not found order shards, and you know, the part of the purpose of this is to find order shards. That is why we are out in the world. I just want to see what those are. We don't want this dirty. That's rock salt. I've got rock salt. I think that is coal. So I'm just going to put that down as surface coal. If it's jet, then you know, eggs on my face, isn't it? Yeah. So long and short of this, we are looking for order shards, and obviously if we come across any other resources that we're after, we will get excited about that, and you know, and you do whatever is apparently or you know, relevant for that discovery. But I am increasingly conscious that I have not found order shards. Now, just to experiment a bit, I loaded a copy of this world and jumped into creative mode and went to, what did I go to? Why? Oh, that's Bismarck, we've already got that. I went to 20,000 blocks north of the equator, and I also went to the equator to see if there was anything like, do they only spawn in I don't know, let's say, do they only spawn in deserts, for example? Didn't actually find any deserts, so I don't know the answer to that particular question, but yeah, we you know, experimentation is important. Wow, that is a big hole in the ground with absolutely nothing in it. And I thought, well, maybe it's cold. Maybe if we go to the frozen north, we'll find something. And you know what? I didn't. And I've probably spent an hour or so faffing around with that, and while I was also faffing around with the mine tweaker to try and get it so we could come up with some way of creating order shards using other shards. And I managed to put a recipe in. I put two in. One was where we used 5 other shards and a piece of quartz in a arcane crafting table with some ordo from your wand, which I thought was a promising idea. But the very moment you took out the should I actually get some glarna? I'm fairly certain that I keep on. If I see any more, I will do. I'm fairly conscious that I've got a drawer for lead, and I don't think I've got any lead in it. Anyway, back to where I was. So, at the moment you took the shard out of the table, it immediately turned into an air shard. I don't know why. I don't like the fact that this is, what are you? Tetrahedrite. I'm not even going to get excited about that. But that's what it did. So yeah, that, long story short, did not work very well. So I tried an infusion recipe where you put the shards on an infusion altar, and consequently, you know, you put them on there with a little bit of ordo and a little bit of permutatio, because that seemed kind of oddly appropriate. I'm after all, trying to change one thing to another thing, and I thought, yeah, that seems oddly appropriate. We'll give that a try. And again, the recipe worked absolutely fine. You put it down, you did the infusion, and it turned into an air shard. Even though I was definitely putting it down. At one stage, that's a rock salt, that's a firelight. At one stage, you know, you can actually see the order shard before it very, very rapidly mutates into an air shard. So in the end, I got more than a little bit fed up with the entire thing, and what I've done is we'll grab these while we're at it because we can. What I have done is I've changed the one core recipe to be, I suppose in some respects, more expensive. I didn't want to make it cheaper. So now instead of using one of each shard and a balance shard, it now uses 6 balance shards, which, you know, if you actually consider it for a second, that is considerably more expensive than using one of each shard, even though, you know. But I can't be gated behind something that I can't find. Literally cannot find anywhere, and I don't know whether there is a flaw with the add-on not spawning the relevant, you know, the relevant things, or is it a flaw? Is it just I've been really unlucky and not found it? But given how many hours I've already spent trying to find it, I've really kind of reached the end of my tether with it, shall we say? And yeah, I think we'll go with that, because I can only sustain searching for this thing for so long before, you know, it becomes silly with a capital SIL. Okay, let me just go over there. Whee! I think that's a spidery tree, so we'll go and check that out in a minute. I just want to go and have a look over here, see what we got while we're while we got the altitude. So hello, entropy shard. J new entropy shards question mark. Bang. Save. Close. Bump. Well, I don't mind if I do. I'll have a few of them. They're always, those are handy because of good seed crystals, so you don't waste the big crystals making, you know, other types. So let's have a look, just see whether we can see anything of any interest around here. So yeah, we've got terrain still to explore and uncover around this area. Not a huge amount of it, I'll be, you know, brutally honest, there's not a lot left to explore, but I'm just going to I'll start by uncovering this, I think. Let's get in there. Can we do it before they spawn? No. Oh, ow. Oi, stop it. And grab everything. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if you got a few order shards out of the thing. Well, there's a thaumium pick there. What did we pick up that I don't want? Seeds. Thank you. Alright, yeah, so yeah, it wouldn't be so bad if you got a few shards that way. But you don't, so there we go. What you gonna do, eh? We're kind of stuck with what we got, and what we got ain't a lot. Right, let me just have a little wander around up this way. We're still in firelight territory. We're not finding any new rocks or anything, and I will be back in a mo. All right, well, we're back, and we've got some hemp to harvest, which we will do while we're here. Because it'd be wrong not to, wouldn't it, really? Give me that. Give me all of that lovely, lovely stuff. It's always nice to get back home, you know, after you've been out and about. But we found a absolutely no order shards. I'm not convinced they exist. I'll be honest with you. I am not convinced that they are real things. However, we've not done badly. We as I say, we've got quite a few bits and pieces. Not least of which a few bits that we needed for the. Let's have a look what we got in there. I mean, well, that's where we got down to. But what have we got then? We got plenty of cinnabar, which was one of the things we really desperately wanted. A few bits of dark steel and stuff like that. We've got aspen logs and aspen saplings. There's a word, you get there eventually. Quite a few shards, white cedar logs and white cedar saplings. Again, something else we needed, and again more gubbins. And I got some rich tungsten ore as well, which yeah, that will process into bauxite apparently. But if you put it through a crusher, it becomes tungsten, and tungsten chunks can be crushed into. We use those to make tungsten rubble, those to make tungsten pebbles, and those are combined with iron dust and coal dust to make alloy dust, which in turn makes alloy ingots for electrical age. Yes, complicated. And a few bits and pieces, bit of bauxite, some things. But first things first, let us go and go. We've got aspen, bang, and we'll do one of them. So that means, oh, we need to actually get the, yeah, okay, that's fine. This is aspen, so we shall chop that and that, and we can go and pop those in. And we also needed, what was the other one? White cedar. And yeah, so again we can take white cedar and chop one of them and make some of that, and that should all go nicely into our storage system. It's just one little bit less that we have to worry about, isn't it? So I want a white cedar one. Oh, I need two of these, don't I? Okay, that's fine. Oh, I need some more. Damn it, I need some more basalt. And I haven't got any. Okay, well, that's not the end of the world. There are ways and means of getting around this one, and I have to have one of the ways and means in my backpack. Well, actually in my chest, my little walking chest there, little trunky. So we can fix that relatively straightforward. I will do that with my silk touch pick, and I shall be right back with you. Alright, well, I've sorted most of the stuff out. I've whacked bits of armour around the place, and yeah, we're a long way off finished there. That leaves us with that bit of pig iron and these to process. That book I'm going to leave in there, and these treasure bags. So first things first, where's my sag mill? There you go. That can do its thing. And obviously we'll get a whole load of stuff from that, which is all good, because that's one of the things we needed. So yeah, and that's a pretty good return on investment there. I'm not going to complain at that at all. I'm tempted, actually. I think I'll just process these two and I'll leave the others unground, because there's not a huge amount of benefit to grinding them all up. So that's that. We also need to, and I'm not sure whether we can grind the wow, that is a serious amount of redstone actually. Let's go into my redstone. Yeah, I think redstone problem has been addressed thoroughly. Right, let's start off with these common treasure bags then, and what do we get? Some pearls. See, the pearls, the gold is useful. The pearls, which are of course mob drops wherever I. Oh no, they're up there, aren't they? Yes, they are. Bonk. This stuff is useful, but it's useful in a limited fashion. These want to go into the TerraFirmaCraft area, and we probably should start. Have you got anything there? I mean, have any of these potions got any benefit? Fire resistance maybe, but yeah, we'll pop you in there, and we shall keep the fire resistance and the speed too. And the invisibility for that matter, and the speed, and the poison can be turned into, you know, essence. So that should give us, let's have a look what we got now. Weakness, weakness will condense, water breathing will keep. Those have little to no use, so they may as well go in the, I suppose that they can be used for Tannebury. And we'll pop these over here, and that gold will go back into here because we can use it for some recipes, just not many. Good. That's all going well. And then we've got these, and that has given me again. We got those, and instant health. You see, is pointless. Invisibility is. Yeah, I suspect it's largely pointless as well. What we got there? Water breathing, keep it. Invisibility, keep it. Instant health is pointless. Yes, that can go down there, and we'll put the emerald away. And yeah, we need to. Oh, I've got a potion there. I've got two now. Doesn't matter. I've got more potions than I'll ever use. We'll sort those later, but for now we can go and we'll pop that and that in there. These three items are I'll stick it there. We should have. I got my thermometer anywhere? It's got to be somewhere abouts. There we go. See, we should actually scan everything we can scan, because otherwise we're missing opportunities, aren't we? Oh, that has nothing. I don't think that has anything either, does it? What about you? Oh, you've got a fair amount of stuff. Alright, oh. Other things that we haven't scanned. I mean, most of this we have. Bet we haven't scanned that. All those. God only knows what we've scanned and now haven't scanned here. So that is actually got a good amount of some interesting stuff. So we can break one of those down. I'll just leave that in there for now. We'll cook those down. And we are going to need to do some processing of. Wow. We also need to get those, don't we? So we can see what's going on here, and then we can metallum. Alright. At this point we'll then go and grab some of these. Maybe just a couple. Whack those in there. And we should be good to grab that bit of metallum out. And then we can put the third one in, and this should give us some fairly exotic essentials. Now we need to, if I go and show you now what we need for the wand core. Thaumium silver boss 1 core. Now is a moderate infusion silver wood with a balanced shard on each, and then 9 of each of the respective essentials. The balance shard is simple enough. We take we could do an air shard, for example, and put in all of those. We can take a fire shard and put that here. So we've avoided that necessity for the order shard, but it does make it a little bit more complex. So let me just get a little bit of this processing done, and I will need to grind. Well, let's start off with we need to probably get multiple barrels. So if I could take these, first thing, let's go and see, can we grind this bloody stuff in the sag mill? I'll get there eventually. No. Okay, that's fine. And I need now to put that silicon away, which is an Ender IO item. So we've got two options. We can grind it in the quern, or we can grind it in the crusher. We don't have a crusher, of course, because a crusher is, I think, from rock crusher. No, crusher control, magnetic craft, crushing table. Multi-block chassis around a crusher control. Yeah, we're definitely into magnetic craft stuff there. Crushing table, I have no idea. Will be stone slabs we can't make, so that in itself is going to be impossible. Right, to the quern. In fact, let me just check. I think I need a new quern top, so I'm going to need a new quern top very shortly. Quern base? No, I need the other half. The oh, what's it called? Stone something, stone mill, stone road crushing, stone grind, stone something. I feel like I'm playing charades. Something, 2 words. It'll be in here somewhere. We'll find it. It can't hide from me forever. Handstone. It is smooth stone and a stick. 3 smooth stone and a stick. Okay. Wrong side. Stick, and what have we got? You know, I've got lots of 1, 2, 3, and that should give us a nice shiny new handstone. So that gives us that to be working on. Yeah, so I've got that to grind. We need to make shards for, well, I think we are going to need, what's in here? Right, we're going to unseal that, and we're going to dig it up, and that one. Have we got any more we can dig up while we're at it? Well, we can take you and you and you and you. So all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's enough for 6. I actually don't need 6. I only need 5, but we'll do what's necessary. We shall grind the damn it. And the cupboard was bare. Come here, you. Give me a sandwich. Yeah, we'll grind these up, and I will have a quick sleep. Come here. Thank you. Don't know why it spazzes out like that. And yeah, I'll be back in a bit. I just noticed something interesting about these boots of the traveller. I can actually still move carrying barrels. I can't move sideways, but I can move. So obviously the overburdened effect applies a slowness to you. So yeah, interesting. I mean, you know, I'm not going to do that all the time. Now, it also points out to me that there is a need that I need to address, and we are going to do that shortly. But first things first, I need to grind. So, back in a bit. Alright, we have got, I'm conscious of time because I've been running a little bit over time recently, but we've got our flat. I want to get these. That's quite a pretty, I think that's a pretty screenshot. So for every one of these in here, we'll give you 5. So with 500 millibuckets, 64 is 10,000 millibuckets. So 2 of those go in, and you seal it, and that's going to output earth shards. That's going to output air shards. That's going to output entropy shards. That is going to output water shards, and that is going to output fire shards in about 8 hours. So, yeah, you've got... Hello, how are you? You've got an admirer outside somewhere. I don't know where exactly. Oh, there he is. Hi, you're dead. I'll just have the XP. I don't worry about the things. So, I think next episode we are going to hammer through and get well, this wand core done, and hopefully if we can manage it, also the hopefully the what's the word I'm looking for, the wand caps. Then we're probably going to need to get into making something new, because we're probably going to need to make the mage's robes to have enough juice to combine them on the table, because you need the discount to do anything with that. So yeah, next episode, hopefully, major bit of Thermalcraft, get the wand done, and we should be happy, and then we can start playing around with the wand foci. That's probably worth actually heading down and just having a quick peek at that before. I'm mixing and matching the heads on these. I don't think they look bad when you just put the wrong helmet on the wrong piece. It's a bit like that old game you used to play where you had 3 pages and you just mix and match the heads from different creatures. So in thaumaturgy there are several wands, which is the fire wand focus. I honestly don't think it's going to be particularly much good, and may not even be possible to make. Excavation wand focus, however, should be possible to make, and that's the one I want. One of the ones I want to test. Warding, yeah, might be useful. There might be some areas where we could use it. Frost, probably not. Focus shot, probably not. Equal trade, probably not. We probably want that. Equal trade, we probably don't want, but I'm thinking we may want to get the portable hole focus for that. Yeah. So, on that note, I think we shall call it an episode. And until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. And I will see you soon. And bye for now.